Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nayri, also known as Wedding Fashion Expert. I am so excited to be with you today. We are talking everything that you need to know about accessorizing your wedding day look, hence the outfit of the day. Before we dive into it, please be sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below. Let me know if there's anything you want to learn or hear about for me to make a video on for you. I am here for you every step of the way, guiding you on this journey as you prepare for your special day. All right, let's do it. Accessorizing your wedding look. As you can see, I have no necklace on. I specifically chose a dress that's very detailed with sleeve. The way that I've accessorized this dress is how I accessorize any dress. So whether it's simple, silhouette in shape and fabric, whatever it is, this is how I choose to accessorize and what I think is the most important. I am wearing all Maria Elena headpieces, all handmade in Miami, made of Swarovski crystal. They're meant to be heirloom pieces to pass down for generations. As you can see, as I mentioned already, bare neck, no necklace. That's not because of the shape of this dress. I just love a bare neck because you have to consider the necklace is being exchanged for a headpiece or a veil, so something in the hair. So because you're putting something in your head, having something on your neck as well, it ends up being a lot. Although I do have brides who have done a beautiful tennis necklace with a crown and a ball gown and have looked really royal. So there are exceptions to my rules and it's individualized. So the way that you style your dress also exudes your personality. Just because this is my recommendation doesn't mean that it's going to work perfectly for you. Just a source of inspiration, if you will. All right, so no necklace, I have a headpiece on. I also am going to show you a crown. It can also be a side piece. It doesn't have to be something symmetrical. However, with a look like this, because the sleeves and the design is very symmetrical, I do like to keep things symmetrical, essentially. So I like things even and square. I do have earrings on, and I've intentionally left my hair down because if you're doing your hair down on wedding day, so many people say that they want to just wear a stud. Well, if you're wearing a stud, you might as well not wear an earring at all because from a distance, a stud doesn't necessarily even show. So I have put one long earring in that you can see how it really beautifully frames my face. And if this is not your comfort zone, you can opt for something a little bit smaller. A really beautiful, beautiful thing for Maria Elena is that all the earrings are double-sided. So it's a completely finished product, front to back. It's intended for your wedding day. So if your hair is up and you're photographed from behind, you get to enjoy all those really beautiful details. I also have a bracelet on my right hand. That's intentional because your engagement ring is on your left and your wedding band that will be there the day of the wedding. So you'll have that on the left-hand side. A bracelet is just a different focal point, right? So it's a nice little detail to have there for when you cut the cake, drink champagne, assuming that you're right-handed. And if you're left-handed, well, then you get to enjoy the engagement ring there. So it's just a nice little detail to have something as photos are being taken of you and as you kind of just move around like so. I also would do a veil with this. Last week, I did an entire video on how to pick your wedding veil. Go tune into that if you missed it. But I would absolutely do this look with a veil, and I'm going to put a crown on next, and I'll do a veil with that so you can kind of see what the whole look put together would look like. Here is a very royal look with a crown, veil, just the complete look that I was talking about. This is also a brooch. You can also do some sort of a pin of some kind, a little asymmetry, if you will, with your hairstylist. There's so much opportunity to play with crowns, and like the headband that I just had on, you can go half up, half down with your hair, all up, all down, whatever you want, and updo. Your stylist can mold these pieces to work with your hairstyle. Another thing that I want to add here is if you have loved ones that are encouraging you to wear your hair up, but you never wear your hair up, don't do it because you won't like how you look in photos. So if you're experimenting with new hairstyles, definitely do so before wedding day so that you love how you look in your photos. I've been a part of weddings where they've had requirements of hairstyles for bridesmaids, and I have not looked good in those required hairstyles. So I looked awful in what I thought in all the photos. I mean, I know I didn't look awful, but I just didn't feel beautiful because it wasn't something that I was comfortable with or loved how I looked. So please consider that. Another thing I'd like to point out is a lot of brides get a little nervous about doing a crown because they think, what if I change my mind and I don't want to do a crown on wedding day, or you're really sure of it. Here is something that's really cool that Maria Elena taught me, is that you could take a crown and flip it upside down. And this would be so stunning with your hair down or even with an updo, and it keeps your front totally simple and chic with a little surprise in the back. If you end up getting a headpiece and you end up changing your mind on how you want to wear it, that's okay. Hairstylists can get creative. Just because you bought something to wear a certain way and you don't want to wear it that way anymore, well, one, I'm happy that you found this video and that you're here and you could take your crown and flip it upside down, or even you could perhaps do ceremony with it up and with the veil, and then reception, you flip it back and down and you just have another look that's a little bit more playful and a little element of surprise on wedding day. The one thing I left out in last week's video in regards to veils is how to properly put a veil on. So you'll notice that all of them have a comb that's curved, and you want the curve to go with the curve of your head. So that's how a veil properly gets put on. Everyone's instinct, which is really funny to me, it's literally everyone, they do the opposite. They take the comb and they go the opposite way. So just think curve, the curve of the veil goes with the curve of your head. So that's how you properly put on a veil. I hope that this video was helpful on how to accessorize your special day. For more videos and tips like this, please be sure to subscribe, and I will see you in next week's video.